One of our specialisms at Balance Hypnotherapy is dealing with binge eating. Binge eating disorder causes people to have a huge, immense battle with food. And that can often go on, not for weeks or months, but sometimes years. In some cases, they may have suffered from eating disorders before, such as anorexia or bulimia. But ultimately, their problem is that they're eating a lot of food in a very short space of time. Now, there are a number of reasons why this exists, and it is nothing to do with the food itself. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Firstly, one of the common traits that all of these clients that we see have is that they are over dieting. They are obsessed with dieting. They spend their life dieting, and the more they diet, the more they find that the binge eating continues. And what will happen is they will typically get up in the morning, resolve that they won't eat very much, maybe have just one slice of toast or a tiny bit of fruit, and say they'll only have a little bit of salad for lunch. And what happens? They are starving hungry. So by the time it comes to the evening, they just can't keep up that kind of food restriction. And so when they get in, they get to the cupboards and they start eating. Dieting is one of the biggest causes of binge eating disorder. Not the root cause, but one of the reasons why it persists. One of the first things we do with our clients is stop all dieting. That means no Slimming World, no Weight Watchers, no lighter life, no nothing. It is time to build a healthier relationship with food by learning to listen to what your body really wants. When is it hungry? When is it full? And that's why we teach our clients mindful or intuitive eating. But as I said, the real problem has nothing to do with food. The origins of binge eating disorder tend to be emotional. They're not physical issues. They're related to thoughts and emotions that a person has in their mind. We all have that negative self-critical voice in our head that bemoans us for doing things, or don't we look awful, or we've just eaten like a pig, and it's just nagging away all the time at us. This subconscious voice or these subconscious thoughts are often created when we are significantly younger than we are now, often in early childhood. And there is a conflict in the mind versus what that negative voice is saying and what consciously you want to do. That needs to be resolved. So part of that subconscious problem may well be, for example, stress and anxiety. The more stressed or anxious you are or fearful, the more likely you're using food to dissociate. In other words, to escape from the problem. We help our clients address the root cause. What's causing the anxiety? Why is there so much stress in your life? Are you more prone to stress because of the way you think? This is not some magic hypnosis wand that stops people binge eating. It is searching therapy that helps you understand what's going on in the back of your mind. We also find that perfectionism is a particular problem with people with binge eating disorder. That need not only to look perfect, to dress perfectly, but also to be perfect in their life, have that perfect career, get the best marks in their exams, pass their driving test first time. These people want it all, and they're always striving to get those feelings. The problem is that you will find that that perfectionism is eating away at a person, because guess what? We can't be perfect all the time. These people have feelings inside them that are fueling the problem even more, because they're looking at themselves in the mirror and they're spotting flaws that another person wouldn't even notice. And that makes them go back to, for example, restricting their food, which then increases the binge. We work with our clients to address that perfectionist attitude. And another typical reason why we see binge eating disorder is low self-esteem. Feelings of not being good enough. Something will have happened to that person when they were very young that made them think that they weren't good enough, that they weren't right, or there was something the matter with them. and they will have wanted people to like them, or they'll have worried that people won't care about them, or they worry when they do something incorrectly and then they beat themselves up when they do. This causes issues with food. You don't realize it at the time. You just think you're eating too many packets of crisps in one go. But the reality is you need to address what is going on in the back of your mind. We also see some additional issues, maybe, for example, loneliness or guilt that could also be behind the problem with the binging. Our expertise is finding the root cause. So why is hypnosis one of the best ways of dealing with binge eating disorder? Well, in order to clear the problem up with binge eating, you need to resolve that conflict that's going on in your mind. But in most cases, our clients aren't even sure what that is. If we can get you relaxed enough under hypnosis, these things start to come out in the therapy. Stuff that you are starting to remember or connect with your food problem that you wouldn't have thought of before. If you'd have gone to see a counsellor or maybe done some CBT therapy, you might not hit upon that particular issue that comes out under hypnosis. You might not even think it's associated with the problem. Hence why some of our clients come to us after seeing other therapists first, because it hasn't quite hit the nail on the head. That's not to say counselling or CBT is not useful for many people. It's just a tool that won't get to the heart of the problem very quickly. So if you want to find out more about our binge eating programs, which we offer online, for example, by FaceTime or Skype or Facebook, just give us a call. We're always happy to talk our clients through the process and also to understand what your particular problems are. You can just ring us on 01636 650 521, or alternatively go onto our website, have a look at what's on there, and then send us an email. And we'll always be happy just to talk you through how we help our clients